This is your life. This, Platform 7, Euston Station, London. This, the Ilkinson Brass Band, of which I'm a temporary, non-playing, non-paid member, all helping me spring, I hope, our VIP surprise welcome here to someone that I dearly hope is in that Intercity Express pulling up there. And over there, two famous faces with welcoming flowers and champagne, my co-conspirators, who will help me, I hope, tell a story about one of Britain's most popular television figures. And I do mean figure. Just Bet Lynch from Coronation Street they're welcoming, but helping me to say to you tonight, Julie Goodyear, this is your life.
Oh, is it going to be a series?
Well, thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. In fact, it's bang on opening time for Britain's most famous barmaid, but this time at our West End television theatre, the Royalty, where we have a right royal welcome waiting for you. Well, first of all, thank you, producer Bill Podmore, for arranging that urgent meeting in London tonight. And, of course, Bill Roach for the champagne, Jack Howarth for the flowers, and Andrew McAllister for getting her to the train on time.
You're welcome.
In fact, you two became engaged February this year, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right, Amy.
She did make you a promise at that time.
She did indeed. She said that at that time she couldn't promise me very much, but life would never be dull. And after tonight, it certainly hasn't.
But even you didn't plan this one tonight.
Indeed, I didn't, no. No, I didn't realise that my producer was such a con man. I really didn't.
I'll take it to Australia.
Australia, quite.
Well, Julie Goodyear, this is your life, a life which, as your many millions of fans know, hung very much in the balance when you survived a life or death cancer operation. On the eve of that operation, a visitor came to your hospital bedside, someone chosen by your friends in Coronation Street to represent them all that crucial night. He took your hand and spoke these words.
Julie, darling, we're all with you.
Coronation Street's Len Fairclough, of course, Peter Adamson. They're all with you tonight. Not back in Manchester, but right here. Barbara Knox. Anne Kirkbride. Brian Mosley. Eileen Derbyshire. George Waring. Jeffrey Hughes. Johnny Briggs. Lynn Perry. Elizabeth Dawn. Christopher Quentin. Helen Worth. Sally Jane Jackson. Jonathan Kaplan. And Pat Phoenix. And because they're so slack behind the bar up there at the Rovers tonight, Fred Feast, Betty Driver, and Annie Walker herself, Doris Sneed.
Aren't they beautiful?
And I know you'll understand that only family bereavement keeps away the Ogdens, Jean, Alexander, and Bernard Ewans.
Yes.
And of course, that pillar of the street, Ina Sharples, isn't well enough to be here, but she's on the line, phoning from her Blackpool home, Violet Carson.
Hello, Eamon. Hello, Julie. Sorry not to be with you, but I send my love, and I hope you'll have a thoroughly enjoyable evening. God bless.
Thank you, Violet Carson. Well, Julie, on your welcome return to Coronation Street after that serious illness kept you off the screen for 2 months, you played this, which I know you remember, this memorable scene.
This must be the place.
Yeah. What do you reckon then?
Bit pricey for what it is.
Well, everything's pricey these days, darling. Question is whether you're getting what you want. If you are, it's worth every penny.
I've seen worse.
Summing up.
Yeah. Just a thought.
What about?
I was reading one of Mrs. Walker's magazines this morning. One of them with big houses, big gardens, swimming pools, the lot.
What about them?
Now, just come back to me then. Just then when I walked into this place. One poky little room, share of a bathroom. Bet Lynch, this is your life.
Well, Julie, tonight this really is your life, and here's the actor who played the lorry driver, Dan Johnson, Richard Shaw. Julie Goodyear, in fact, your life began just a few miles up the road from Coronation Street at number 8, Pickup Street, Haywood. Only child of a builder. Here you are, aged just 4. Your late...
Still posing.
Well, your late grandparents lived in London, in fact, in Plumstead, and when you're 7, you take a trip with your parents to visit them. One evening, the family party go along to the local social club, but they don't notice little Julie vanish from the table. Next thing your family hears an announcement from the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little girl from Lancashire is now going to sing for us.
And that little girl turned out to be our Julie.
Yes, your parents, Alice and Bill Goodyear, and son of your marriage 20 years ago, Gary. So, Bill, that was Julie's show business debut, yes?
Yes, Eamon. Unknown to us, she went to the management of the club to sing on the stage.
And Alice,
She
can
got
you remember
permission.
what she sang?
Oh, certainly can.
I thought
If
you
you
would.
knew Susie.
If you knew Susie, yeah?
She was only 7, and she brought the place down. Absolutely. And a man that was in the audience came up to us, and he said, if you lived down London, she would be a star. Well, we stopped up Lancashire Cock, didn't we?
We did, love.
And you still became a star.
We did all right.
We did all right, love.
But Julie, Alice has been telling us of another time. You were only 7 that time. This was a little later when your singing didn't get such a wonderful reception. That was, Alice, in a talent contest when Julie was a teenager.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What happened, Julie? Can you remember?
I remember a meat pie being thrown at me.
What did you do?
Ate it. Times were tough.
All right, Julie, but as well as singing and eating a talent contest, as a teenager, you also entered dancing competition. In fact, rock and roll contests at local ballrooms. And I want to take you back more than 20 years now to your own front room, where you'd put on this record and practice jiving with your great school days friend.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock. Around.
That's the two of you, with you on the right when you're age 16. At school, you were inseparable. When she married, she went to live in India.
And Julie, time has certainly rocked around the clock since we last rock and rolled.
To meet you again after 22 years, Sue Skelton, now Mrs. Sue Sumner. Sue, you and Julie entered those rock and roll contests together.
That's right, we did. Julie was often the man because she's taller than I am.
Very much.
And she used to be able to toss me over her shoulders and up at the sides, and we won lots of competitions, didn't we?
Lime green knickers, I remember.
Do you think you can still do it?
I'd have a bash.
Perhaps we'll try it later.
See?
Super to see you again.
Thank you, Sue Sumner.
Thank you.
Well, at school, Queen Elizabeth Grammar Middleton near Manchester, drama was your favourite subject. Now, I wonder if you remember the school production of this play, We Must Kill Tony. In that production, 22 years ago, you had a faithful butler, and at the opening night, you're waiting for his entrance with a tray of drinks when you hear this.
Oh, check you.
He played the butler. You haven't seen him for 22 years, Peter Burchell. Peter, the big sneeze wasn't in the script.
Not at all. It was coming out. I couldn't keep it back as I was coming on stage with a tray of drinks. The drinks nearly went flying. I managed to hold on to them. Got on stage. Julie started giggling. I started laughing. I was holding on to the tray for fear of dropping it all over the place.
Well, suppressing their giggles on stage also were two other people you haven't seen for more than 20 years. School friends Anita Simpson and Sid Yates, and with them the play's producer, Tony Whitehead. Thank you all, and Peter Burchell. School day's over, Julie. You go to work as a secretary at the Joint Aircraft Factory of A.V. Road, just a few miles out of Manchester. And on the 1st of October 1959, the firm's House magazine does a feature on office girls at the plant called Beauty Off Duty. The girls are pictured at their desks, typewriters, or at the switchboard. Then another picture is taken of them in casual off-duty clothes. One like this, another like this. One like this, another like this. But in your case, Julie, like this and this.
But remember, Julie, I printed it just the same.
Editor of the Avro magazine, now with British Aerospace, Gordon Allen, and with him the two other girls pictured with you 21 years ago, Valerie Cunliffe and Rita Bradshaw. So Gordon, tell us what happened.
Oh, simple, Eamon. That picture of Julie in her leopard skin bikini sent up our circulation no end.
Thank you, Gordon Allen, Valerie and Rita. Well, it's the same year, Julie, that a cousin of yours comes to work in Haywood. Your parents give her a home, and in the time she spends living with your family, she becomes like a younger sister to you. But of course, she's got to share your bedroom.
And every night we had a race to see who got the best bed.
That's true.
Your cousin and great
Irene.
teenage pal, Irene Hawksworth. Irene, what's this about the best bed?
Well, there was one comfy one and one camp bed. See? And we had to get in quick. So the first one in got the best bed.
That's true.
And you always got it 9 out of 10.
Always.
But,
You've got to be quick.
but Irene, there was one time when there was no race for the bed.
That's right. That was when I had tonsillitis. Do you remember? And you asked me what I wanted, and you said...
Where were you?
I was at home. And Julie came round to see how I was poorly, and I had tonsillitis, and you said, what do you want? And you said, I said, a melon. And she went, and she knocked up the greengrocer at 10 o'clock at night and went and got me a melon. And I'd just like to say, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Irene Hawksworth. Well, now, in 1959, you get married, but sadly it doesn't work out, and with your son, Gary, there, you go back to live with your parents. You continued to work as a secretary, but the success of that leopard skin bikini picture makes you think you might make it as a model, and you do. By the mid-60s, you're doing well enough to quit your secretarial job and become a full-time fashion model, although you don't always take it too seriously.
There were always plenty of laughs when you were around the fashion showroom, Julie.
You haven't met for more than 13 years your greatest friend in those fashion days, Jill Ovens. Jill, sounds like a lot of fun then.
Yes, it certainly was a lot of fun. And do you remember those little grey models' dresses we had to wear?
Oh, yes.
Awful.
Weren't they dreadful?
Awful, absolutely awful. But you, not you.
No.
No, not you. Black, slinky dress. Cut down to there.
Yeah.
You out there, right? And you've done it again tonight, Julie. You're looking great.
Thank you, Jill Ovens.
Thank you.
I take it these were clothes you had to wear under the clothes you were showing, is
Yes, yes, they were. Yes.
It all becomes clear to me now.
Yeah. Stick around, baby.
Anyhow, it's while you're working as a model, you hear Granada Television are holding auditions for the part of a new barmaid at the Rover's Return. The part is scheduled for 8 weeks only. You get it. And Pat Phoenix, when Julie came to the end of that 8 weeks engagement, you gave her some friendly advice.
Yes, I thought she showed enormous potential, and I said to her, never mind all this television muck. It's not going to run anyway. I said, go out and get some real experience in the theatre. Start in rep. And I knew some people in rep, and she did just that and worked very hard. She was absolutely marvellous.
She got a job as assistant stage manager, I think. It was hard work with long hours, but there were a lot of laughs too, never more so than in a show which opened in 1967. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
Something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Something appealing, something appalling, something for everyone, a comedy tonight.
Comedy tonight? It certainly is. I don't need to remind you of all your old pals from Oldham Rep of 13 years ago. Oldham always comes in with a bang. Elizabeth Ashton, Jean Ashworth, Anne Fielden, Prentice Hancock, John Jardine, Patty Jackson, Denise Woods, and would you believe, Bert Tilsley from Coronation Street, Peter Dudley. Peter Dudley, Bert Tilsley in a toga?
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. But in the show,
Don't you believe it? He wears it all the time.
called hero in that.
What part did Julie here play?
Well, Julie played this seductive courtesan of ill repute called...
Vibrator.
That's it. And I kept saying vibrator. And she said, no, vibrator.
Well, I think we have a picture of Bet Lynch's vibrato or vibrator, whatever it is.
You see, I was right, vibrator.
But
Still into the leopard skin.
didn't Julie have to take a fancy to you in that show?
Well, not really. I mean, I was not supposed to take a fancy to her, and I played this sort of virtuous young man. And my parents decided... Yes, exactly. My parents decided it was time I sort of sowed a few wild oats, so they took me to this brothel, you see, which is an excuse for the dancers to come on, and they said first Romantica, and this girl came on and did romantic music, and then Exotica, another girl, and then they said the woman who would arouse any man, and out comes Julie, blacked up, in a leopard skin cosy and an afro blonde wig. But what made me fall about was she'd got this allergy to the black makeup and she was covered in spots. She looked like a milk chocolate peanut brittle. There was no space. So she said, I'll get you, I'll get you. So on the night I'm stood there looking impassive and this one goes... And the Newton and Ridleys did more than say hello. But she was marvellous and very funny. But another thing, which I hope I'll be able to say this, I went to a shop to buy some lamp fittings last week. This illustrates the other side of Julie. And the chap said, oh, everybody from Coronation Street comes in here, you know, we give them discount and everything. He said that Bet Lynch was in. And she was marvellous because she was talking to the two cleaners and one of them said, my sister's just gone in hospital and she's had cancer. And he said, Julie said, right, what ward is it and what's her name? I'll go and see her. And he said, she did. And she's knockout. Julie Goodyear, you are knockout.
Thank you, Peter Dudley, and all those pals from the Oldham Rep. Well, now, 3 years later, after all that fun at the Forum in Oldham, the producers of Coronation Street decided it's time for Bet Lynch to reappear. And this is the moment when Annie Walker discovers that, unknown to her, her son has taken on a new barmaid.
Now, of course, I cannot be responsible for any arrangement that you and he have made. But if you and the job find each other suitable, I may decide that we need someone permanently. At the moment, of course, I can't say. Oh, and do dress up a little warmer in future.
But Doris Speed, I know how well you two get on in real life.
Well, as we all know here, television is a very nervy business, and we're very grateful to anyone who relieves the tension. Now, Annie Walker may have her doubts about Bet Lynch, but Doris Speed has nothing but gratitude to Julie Goodyear, because she has, quite deliberately, made me laugh and relax me on so many occasions before we've played a scene, and it is a beautiful thing, dear. And another thing, she treats me as though we're exactly the same age. Which, let's face it, we're not.
You're younger.
Bless you, darling.
Well, Julie, your marvellous characterization brings you 20 million regular customers. But one day, a couple of years ago, the smiling face of Bet Lynch is missing. In the story, you're away on holiday. In fact, you're fighting for your life. For just before Christmas 1978, you're given the shattering news that you have cancer. And that news, Julie, you've since described as coming like a bombshell.
Yes.
Well, since your recovery, you started a fundraising campaign which has already raised more than £10,000 for a new cancer research laboratory in Manchester. And I know how deeply grateful you are to the medical profession there. But Alice, in that time of unimaginable uncertainty for Julie, there was someone to whom she felt especially grateful.
Yes, there was a horse at St. Joseph's Hospital in Manchester who was a nun. And although Julie isn't a Catholic, she was a marvellous comfort to her. And since has become a very dear friend.
Well, hers was the last face you saw before that life or death operation, because she held your hand as you were wheeled into the operating theatre, and hers the first face you saw when you opened your eyes afterwards. And you had a special name for that nun, hadn't you?
Oh, yes, Eamon. Wonder Woman.
Well, as I think you know, Julie, the religious order to which she belongs does not permit appearances outside the hospital or the convent.
Indeed.
But knowing how much it would mean to you, at the last minute we were given special permission, and she's here, Sister Margaret. Julie Goodyear, Coronation Street, Bet Lynch, this is your life.